Yes, YouTube, welcome back to episode number 4 of the prep series. Now, today we're in for a full day of eating and a little day in the life. I have already eaten meal 1.
Meal 1, as always, eggs, and then we've got half a bagel. Do you know what? I'm actually enjoying a bagel raw, not in the toaster. Test it out, it's surprisingly nice. And then I've also got some electrolytes first thing in the morning from Conte Sports, not sponsored, but their electrolytes do taste really nice. So if you're looking for any electrolytes, go and give them a whirl.
Changes are happening. Last week, my body weight didn't really change. I was sat around 95.5 in the morning. So as a result of that, coach decided to drop my calories. Now, condition did improve, so typically in a fat loss phase that wouldn't be a major issue, but because I'm pushing to get on stage and I've still got body fat to strip off, we need to see that scale weight dropping down. So calories have been dropped. Did have a rest day yesterday, which was pretty brutal on the hunger front. Starting to get a little bit hungry, which is, it's all part of the process. And I know that for me to get lean and for me to get stage lean, I'm gonna be a little bit hungry, which is absolutely fine. So yesterday morning, I hit a new low, which was 94 on the dot. And then this morning, I was 93.6. So things are heading in the right direction. I'm in for upper today, which I'm looking forward to. And I'm just getting my morning steps boxed off. Usually do around 12K, 11, 12K in the morning. And then I'll just finish off the last sort of 2,000 later on in the evening, but I prefer getting everything done early so that I've got the rest of the evening to just work and then relax a little bit before bed, because recovery is starting to become important, as in I genuinely need it. So I went to play golf yesterday. This was a rest day, bear in mind, and I got 9 holes round and I was like, I feel pretty wrecked, like just tired, aching. So I had to leave after the 9th hole. Didn't help that I was playing shit as well, but yeah, need to keep my recovery on point, especially in terms of training performance. I don't really want to be playing golf if it's going to make my training performance suffer, because then I may potentially lose a little bit of muscle, and I can't let that happen. Not sure how much longer I'll be playing golf for when I'm prepping, but we'll see. Right then, we are in for meal number 2, which is going to be my pre-workout meal. So for today, we've actually not got chicken. I'm going to go for tuna because I fancy a little bit of tuna. Not going to lie, chicken and tuna are like interchangeable protein sources. They're both high protein, same number of calories, really low fats. Have logged all of this already on my plan. Pop up the calories for the first 2 meals. This meal is going to be tuna rice. And then we've got my favourite little bit of food of the day, which is going to be crumpets, jam, and a little bit of dark chocolate. And there we are. Bon appetit. Tuna, a little bit of rice, crumpets, jam, dark chocolate. We are at the gym. That angle will have to suffice. I can't figure out where to place you for the right angle, but I've got my pre-workout going in. This is almost finished, actually. Cheers. Yeah, I think I've probably got one more session worth of pre in, and I don't really need it. I'm not going to lie. Like my idea was, with me heading into prep, energy's going to be a little bit lower. This potentially could be really useful, but I think for now, it's definitely not a necessity. And I will say that my tolerance for the ingredients that are in this pre-workout, or in any pre-workouts, is pretty high. Like, I drink a lot of caffeine anyway, and the beta-alanine, which causes the tingles, again, you build up a tolerance to that, and I'm currently not really getting any tingles from a scoop and a half, which isn't good. So I'm going to finish this tub of pre, which is, I think, one more session, and then I'm going to have a little bit of a detox for probably around a month, and then I think in a month I'll be around 10 weeks out. I'm probably going to need a little booster if I can get it. That's the plan with the pre-workout. And we are in for upper. Now, this is something new that I've had to start doing, which is just warming up properly. I've got a dodgy shoulder blade, a wing scapula. I've also got a dodgy right shoulder. So I need to do everything I can to take the right precautions so that I don't make the injury worse, and so that I can actually train it effectively so that I don't lose any tissue. Heading on to exercise number 1, which for today is a machine lat raise. Again, I need to take things steady on here, so I'm going to spend a few sets warming up. Also need to get the tunes ready. I don't understand how people can train with no music. Like, there's no way that I'm training to failure without any tunes in. Need to get some tunes to get pumped up. So this is my top set. Obviously heading into the last few reps here, making sure that I'm keeping control of the weight. Obviously I've got a
a shoulder that I need to be careful of. So I need to make sure that I'm not rushing any reps, I'm not using any momentum. So that's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2 is a low incline Smith press. Again, this is just a warm-up set, literally just testing out the waters. Couple of reps with 30, and then I'm going to do 1 rep with 40. Great angle here, brilliant angle. And then I'm going to go on to 45, which last week I got 6 reps with. I'm going to aim to beat 6 reps. That's the whole point of training. Do more than you did the session before. And I managed to beat it. 7 reps. So that's a 1 rep PB. 4 weeks into a cut, 11 kilos down, and my lifts is still progressing. And every rep was a grinder, which is how you know I'm building tissue. Next up, we've got shoulder press, people. Now, my shoulder is a little bit dodgy. I mentioned this a couple of times. I wanted to jump on here just to give it a whirl. I've not actually done machine shoulder press in months because of my shoulder, and this didn't feel great. It might just be this machine specifically, but the external rotation where the handles are and the pressure on my shoulder was not very nice. So after I think 7 or 8 reps, I called it a day, and I'm going to move on to the next exercise, because if an exercise is causing you some discomfort on an area that's already injured, it's not worth sticking it out. Pump covers coming off. This is another exercise that I genuinely do love, but one that I can't go as heavy as I'd like to on because of this shoulder. So I've dropped the weight from 85 kilos to 75, and I'm literally just purely focusing on the contraction and the stretch and feeling the muscle. Obviously, my shoulder blade is not sitting properly, so there's a tendency for other muscles to take over. So just to make sure that I'm keeping all of the tension on the lats, as similar to exercise number 1, focusing purely on control. And then I'm literally just matching with the left, which is my stronger side anyway, just to make sure that I'm not making my muscle imbalances any worse. The barbell row, the biggest meat and potato exercise on earth. Old school bodybuilding movement that I genuinely do love, and it's nice just to shift some decent weight around. Again, reducing my weight a little bit because of my back, making sure that I'm controlling the weight and I'm actually feeling the muscles that I'm supposed to be working. So you've got 100 kilos here, literally just going to rep this out, and then I'm going to drop it down to 80 and rep that out and just take it to total failure. And then we're going to finish the session off with a little bit of arms, because who doesn't love training some arms? Onto some barbell curls. Genuinely do love this exercise. If you can line up your wrist, elbow, and shoulder in a straight line, the mind muscle connection is bonkers. It just feels so nice. Allowing the elbows to come forward a little bit so you can get a little bit of a stronger contraction, and it just absolutely fries the biceps. Big, strong squeeze at the top, nice and controlled on the way down. Not fully straightening your arms, keeping them a tiny bit bent so that you can keep tension on the bicep. Just taking that all the way to failure. To finish the session with an overhead tricep extension. Genuinely do love this machine, but it's so humbling. It's so heavy. I think I've got 25 pounds on here, and it doesn't feel light. I can tell you that for free. So this is the last exercise. Obviously, going balls to the wall, taking it to true failure. This exercise is targeting the long head of the tricep, biasing the long head, so obviously the longest head of the tricep, and it's just a nice little finisher, heading into some posing to see the pump and to see how posing is getting on. And that's the session wrapped up, peeps. So heading in for some posing. I'm not going to lie, after every single training session, I do get some posing in. I know I've got 14 weeks until I compete, but I do want to be well prepared when I hop on stage. Obviously, I'm doing a first-timer show, but I want to look like I know what I'm doing. And my idea is, I mean, this is true, like the way that you present your physique makes a massive difference. So if I can practice as much as possible and get as good as possible with my posing, that's going to allow me to present my physique as well as possible, which means that I've got a good chance of doing better. Yes, I do want to win, but I'm aware that genetics play a massive role in bodybuilding. And being completely honest, my genetics for bodybuilding aren't that great. So I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in my abilities. I've worked incredibly hard. Some of the poses I am genuinely really happy with. I'll just have to keep practicing to get better and better. Post-workout meal, which is and has always been Cocoa Pops and crumpets. However, had my food dropped last Thursday, so now we're looking at Cocoa Pops and crumpet. So drop down to 1, which is a little bit annoying, but I need to lose weight, so I need to cut some food out from somewhere. So this is still like a semi-hefty meal. It's a lot of calories, to be honest. This meal is going to clock in at about 800 calories. Obviously, I'll pop up the calories and macros on the screen once I've made it. Oh, I love this meal. I really do. Oh, it's so nice.
It's just very, these sorts of foods are very Moorish as well, like especially cereal for me. I could eat boxes and boxes of cereal and crumpets. Like, who doesn't like crumpet? My mouth's watering, my mouth's salivating just thinking of it. So I've got 50 grams of protein, 160 grams of Cocoa Pops, which, as I mentioned, is still a decent chunk. And then we've got 1 crumpet with 20 grams of jam. Scales out to weigh my protein. Weigh your food if you're serious about getting in shape. Like, I speak to so many lads who aren't weighing the food, but they're training consistently, and then they're saying, oh, why am I not getting any results? Or I'm annoyed I've not gotten any results in a year, 2 years. I'm like, mate, you're not tracking your food. Like, your food needs to be structured to accommodate what you're trying to do. So if you're trying to lose fat, you need to be in a deficit. If you're trying to build muscle, you need to be in a surplus. And I don't know why that's so hard for some people to grasp. Makes sense. Seems like common knowledge. Like, even if you don't know what you're doing with your nutrition, eat 2,500 calories for a week. See what happens with your body weight. If it's not going up and you want it to, eat more food. If it's not going down and you want it to, reduce more food or up expenditure. It's literally that simple. That's the gym wrapped up for you in 20 seconds. No, there's more nuance to it than that, but it really is that simple. Like, that's all you need to do. So, protein shake going in. To be fair, for today, I'm doing really well. I got back from the gym a little while ago. I had to sort some stuff out for a couple of clients. I've had a shower, and now I'm having my post-workout meal. So it's 3 p.m. and I've got 2 meals left after this one, which is good for me. I'm not gonna lie, I've been finishing my food quite early on into the evening, and it's been absolutely fine. Like, I've been eating my last meal at 5, 6 p.m, going to bed at around 9, probably falling asleep at 10. And I've not been that hungry, so I'm just gonna keep doing that. Like, I feel like, and I say this all the time, like, push your first meal back as far as possible, but do what's best for you. Like, for the majority of people, doing that will be best because they've not got the mental resilience. I suppose that's what it is really. But I don't mind if I'm in bed and hungry because I'm prepping for a bodybuilding show. It's really important to me. So my reason why is a strong why. So the hunger just doesn't faze me. Like, I've not got a choice to binge or eat food that I'm not supposed to be eating, because I know that's going to ruin my look on stage. And I've been prepping for this for over 2.5 years, or by the time I step on stage, it will be 2.5 years. And I just wouldn't be able to bear it if I were to step on stage, not be happy with how I looked, and then for me to have messed up a few times along the way. I can't let that happen. That's where I'm at mentally. And that's a skill that takes years to develop. Like, I've done loads of cuts and I've been through quite a few bulks, and I've struggled with the binging and the craving and the eating off plan before, but I've learned from that. And again, these are lessons that need to be learned. I've not been perfect from day one because that's completely unrealistic. I spent the first 5 years of my training going through trial and error, figuring out what works and what didn't work. So I've spent that time making the mistakes, and now that I'm taking things more seriously, I'm at a point where I've already made all of the mistakes, and I know that I've got the mental fortitude to just lock in and literally just maximize my progress and get into the best shape possible. That's where I'm at. Like, mentally, at the moment, I'm literally bulletproof. There's nothing that's getting in my way. I've not missed a beat, and it feels good, genuinely. I think everyone on earth should get in shape at least once, and it's something that you do and then you want to do again, and then you want to do again. It feels good. Like, there's no greater project than you. You are the greatest project that you'll ever work on. So when I chat to people and they're just completely neglecting the health, I'm thinking, what are you doing, mate? And I sort of get it because I've been there myself, where I was out of shape growing up, but I wanted to change that. I was unhappy with how I looked. It was affecting my confidence, or I didn't have much confidence. I was a little bit insecure, and getting in shape has literally solved all of it for me. So, and I know it'll be the same for other people as well. Like, if you're in a similar sort of position to that, a little bit insecure, not happy with the body that you've got, just graft and get in good shape because you won't regret it. There's my little motivational rant. This video done and over. So, crumpet and jam at the ready. I need to get my Cocoa Pops ready. Oh, I've got a feeling I've not got enough Cocoa Pops in, which is, it's feeling light. Oh no. Oh Christ. 102. I'm 60 grams shy. Dinner is served then, chap. So, had to make a tactical substitution for the 60 grams of Cocoa Pops. So I added on 2 extra crumpets and 15 grams of jam. I'm not going to lie, those are some sorry looking crumpets if I've ever seen some. I'm going to pop up the calories and macros on the screen. And then I'm going to be heading on to my next meal. Holding my hands up. I've messed up somewhere, chaps. Just been logging my food on MyFitnessPal and I've logged in meal number 4. And after I'd logged meal number 4, I was only 150 calories off of my limit for the day. So what I've done, instead of having 5 meals, I've just buffed up meal number 4. So this is going to be my final meal of the day. This is also why it's important to track. Then the lack of Cocoa Pops has just completely shafted me, but all is well. Still bang on with calories and macros, which is the main thing, but I've got 4 meals instead of 5. My mouth is watering so much. This meal is the one. I've swapped out dark chocolate in this meal because I'm preferring peanut butter at the moment with my oats. Check that out, man. Hitting the light, and wow. Check those camera skills as well. This meal is the one. Right then, I'm going to pop my calories and macros up on the screen. Obviously, things have not gone fully to plan today with meals. I've ended up having 4 instead of 5, which is absolutely sound. I don't really care. I'm going to be hungry anyway, so suck it up and crack on, as I usually say. So yeah, this meal, I'm going to nail this, and then it's just going to be me working for the rest of the evening. So I guess that is going to wrap up the video, people. So hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, week number 4, pretty much done and dusted. Drop me a like, drop me a comment. Don't forget to drop me a sub right now. Click that little button down there, and I will see you soon in the next video.